Greg, so these are the piecewise functions. So this is g. So when this is the 1 over x function that we were talking about. Did it again. So 1 over x. And then it goes all the way to negative a half right here. So what it looks like is something like this. It goes through 1 and probably stops right about there. And then at negative 2, that it's going to be from 1, it's going to be 1 to 1 right here. So this is the function. So from negative a half to 1, this is going to be the function right here. It's going to equal 1. So it's the straight line across where y equals 1. And then from here, and when x is greater than 1, so everything on this side of the graph, it's going to look like the x cubed graph we kind of talked about. It's like the s through here, right? So it actually goes through point 1 right here, and it's going to go up like this, kind of like that. That's actually a really bad drawing, but at 2 it should be up at 8, so it actually should go through here. But here is the other thing. So it'd stop right here for this function, 1 over x, which was this function right here, right? So we're not going to draw all this function. We don't need all that function. We only need the part where it was less than a negative half right here. And then we have an open part right there because there's not a equals 2 for this inequality. The equals 2 part was on the when it equals 1. So that's why this is closed up here. This is open. This is closed right here because it's part of this one. But luckily, this spot right here, they have the same value, so it really doesn't make a difference. All right, so that's that one. And then what we needed to do was we needed to say, write a piecewise function for this. So what we were talking about is the first part. This was this point right here. So I think we said it was y minus, well, I guess we actually have to find what it is. It's y minus, I used this point right here. Y minus 3 equals 1/3 x plus 1. And then if we put it in y equals mx plus b form, it's going to be 1/3 x plus 1/3 plus, so it'd be plus 10/3 because I added the 3 to both sides. Then I got a common. So I'm going to just write it as 1/3 x plus 10/3. And that's when, and we talked about this interval. It's from when it's greater than or equal to x. 4 is, so x is greater than or equal to -4 all the way to, but it's not going to be equal to 1 because there's an opening right there. And then at, we're going to put our y value here. It's going to be 4 when x is equal to 1. And then finally, we need to find a, that's going to have a -1 slope. So it's just negative x. And then our y-intercept we can just put as b, so it's positive 2. So it's going to be negative x plus 2. Sorry. When x is greater than but not equal to 1, and then less than or equal to, what is that, 4? So these are the x values. Should be -1, I'm sorry. These are all negative ones. Right, because that's the x point. This is a very important point right here, is this -1. Because there's three different functions going on right there. All right, hopefully that helped you. kind of understand piecewise functions a little bit more. So this is the function, this is the equation of a line right here, and it's not a negative. This is the equation of the line on the interval -4 to 1, and then this is the y coordinate when x is 1. So these are all x terms right here, and this is kind of what y equals. So y equals this, y equals 4, y equals -x. Does that make sense? This is the y equals column, and this is what the x's can be. It's kind of what the domain is for each one of these things. All right? Hopefully that helps, Greg. Have a good night and good luck on your test.